You can have the best designs in Europe, but if your supply chain is broken, your streetwear brand will fail before it even starts. European buyers expect heavy fabrics and exclusive drops, but the average factory is only set up to print your logo onto a flimsy, mass-produced blank. Today, we are going to build an exact blueprint to bypass those commodity suppliers. We will source, produce, and launch a custom 50 to 100-piece drop in exactly 8 weeks. To start, you need 2 things: a clear aesthetic direction for your target market, and a starting budget of approximately €3,000. Executing this production schedule is the dividing line between selling cheap promotional merchandise and building a respected premium label. This map highlights key European cities and their distinct streetwear identities. London favors oversized acid wash drops, while Berlin leans into minimal branding and heavy utility gear. Targeting a specific geography dictates construction choices. For Berlin, you must spec clean, minimal construction and cargo details. Instead of a full collection, focus your entire initial budget on a single hero product. For most new brands in Europe, that is the heavyweight, oversized hoodie. Looking at this split-screen comparison, you can see the difference immediately. On the left is a standard 280-gram hoodie hanging limply. On the right is a 420-gram French terry holding a stiff, boxy silhouette. We measure this in GSM, or grams per square meter. A higher number signals deliberate craftsmanship to your buyer. Do not dilute your launch with multiple styles. A single oversized hoodie in 2 distinct colorways creates a focused narrative and simplifies your production process. Selling out 80 perfectly constructed hoodies positions your brand far higher than struggling to sell 200 units across a disjointed, messy collection. Finding a factory willing to make 50 pieces is easy. Finding one that actually understands streetwear construction requires looking towards specialized near-shoring hubs like Istanbul, Turkey. Here are 5 non-negotiable criteria for your manufacturer. 1. A proven portfolio of oversized garments. 2. In-house washing facilities for garment dye. 3. Access to 400-gram heavyweight fabrics. 4. Fluent English communication within 24 hours. And finally, 5. End-to-end private labeling in-house. Before you transfer any money, ask to see physical fabric swatches and photos of their custom wash effects to verify their claims. Applying this rigid 5-point matrix guarantees you are hiring a capable production partner, not a generic merchandise printer. This strict 8-week Gantt chart starts backward from day 0. At week -8, send your product brief to lock in pricing. By week -7, pay the sample fee and lock in colors. Week -5 is critical. Your physical prototype arrives. You have exactly 48 hours to check the fit, fabric, and label placement. Any delay here pushes your final launch date backward. At week -4, you pay a deposit and bulk mass production begins immediately. At week -2, you receive final factory floor photos. You verify quality, pay the balance, and the garments are loaded onto an express flight by week -1. Committing to this framework takes a notoriously messy supply chain and forces it into a predictable, highly controllable countdown. With your stock in hand, it is time to execute the drop model. This strategy relies on setting a strict, unyielding inventory cap to create genuine urgency among your buyers. Tell your audience exactly how many units exist, for example, 75 pieces, and pair it with an honest, permanent no restock policy. To maintain momentum, you should have the technical brief for a second colorway or slight variation ready to trigger the moment 70% of your initial stock self-out. This bar chart compares total reorder lead times. Nearshoring in Turkey requires only 3 to 4 weeks from order to delivery, compared to the 8 to 10 weeks it takes to restock from China. Cutting your turnaround time in half means you can run monthly drops without losing your audience's attention during long production gaps. Keeping your manufacturing close to home provides the mechanical speed required to make a continuous, limited release schedule actually work. You now have the complete system: a heavily researched hero product tailored to your city, a rigidly vetted manufacturing partner, and an exact 8-week timeline. Instead of unboxing a pile of thin, generic merchandise with a printed logo, you are holding a fully private labeled, heavyweight piece of garment-dyed streetwear. Your next steps are clear. Secure your €3,000 budget. finalize your technical mock-ups, and reach out to a specialized factory to request those first fabric swatches. With the right supply chain, an independent founder working from a laptop can wield the exact same production capabilities as a massive established label.